All right, welcome in everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into what is, without a doubt, the single most urgent technological dilemma facing tax consultants, auditors, and legal professionals right now. Look, we all know AI is incredibly powerful, but we're going to break down how you can actually harness that power without completely destroying your firm's compliance in the process. Okay, let's get right into it.
So, we have to address the elephant in the room. Does using artificial intelligence mean the absolute death of attorney-client privilege and professional secrecy? Well, if you're just taking sensitive financial data and dropping it into a standard everyday web browser AI, the terrifying answer might actually be yes. But, as we'll explore in this explainer, it absolutely doesn't have to be that way. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover the digital firm dilemma, the public cloud liability trap, building a sovereign firm, the RAG pipeline, AI-powered forensics in action, and finally, the path to implementation. Section 1. The digital firm dilemma.
Right now, firms are caught in a massive digital catch-22. Think about it. On one hand, you have severe labor shortages, plus clients who are demanding instant proactive digital processing. But on the other hand, you are facing unforgiving regulatory demands, super strict GOAPT tax data standards, and absolute confidentiality rules. Time-poor tax professionals are just getting crushed in the middle of this. AI looks like the perfect lifeline, right? But reaching for it carelessly brings us to our next major point.
Section 2. The public cloud liability trap. We really need to talk about Section 203 of the German Criminal Code because the stakes here are severe. If you drop a client's unanonymized financial data or scanned contracts into a standard public cloud AI, you are effectively handing that highly sensitive data straight over to a third-party server. That's a direct violation of professional secrecy and the GDPR. You aren't just risking a slap on the wrist, you're risking massive fines, the loss of your professional license, and honestly, even jail time. To put that into perspective, using a public cloud AI is essentially like taking your client's highly confidential tax files, walking into a crowded cafe, and just spreading them out on a table for anyone, including the cafe owner, to look at. It's crazy. What you actually need is what we call a local AI safe room. Imagine a locked, soundproof conference room where your AI assistant works only for you. Zero data ever leaves the building. Section 3. The sovereign firm. So how do we actually get there? An incredibly good starting point is Ingo Weigel's book, The Sovereign Counsel, which translates to The Sovereign Law Firm. It's basically the definitive playbook on how small to medium firms can achieve total tech independence. You can find it right on Amazon. If you want to jump straight to it, you can use the direct link amazon.de/dp/B0H3MW55B. It is absolutely the best way to kick off this transformation.
Now, the very foundation of this sovereignty is local open source AI. We are talking about utilizing incredibly powerful language models like Meta's Llama 3 or Europe's Mistral. But here's the kicker. Instead of renting them in a public cloud, you run them locally. That means either on your firm's own physical servers or in a highly isolated certified private cloud. Boom! You instantly solve the compliance problem. You get zero data leakage, and you completely avoid getting locked into a single commercial vendor.
Section 4, the RAG pipeline explained. You know that notorious AI hallucination problem everyone talks about, where language models just confidently make things up? Well, this process solves it. It's called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, and it essentially turns every query into a strict open book exam for the AI. Step 1 is retrieval. The system finds the exact verified contract or booking line in your secure archive. Step 2 is augmentation. It attaches that actual, factual document to your question. And step 3 is generation. The AI is forced to read only that document to give you an answer. No guessing allowed. Pure facts. To actually make this magic happen, the ingestion tech stack is crucial. First off, you use advanced OCR, optical character recognition, to clean up all those messy, crooked client scans and pull out the text in tables. Next up is semantic text chunking, which logically breaks those documents down into digestible paragraphs. And finally, everything is securely stored in a local vector database, like Qdron. This is super cool because it doesn't just search for keywords. It does a geometric search for meaning. So it actually understands that phrases like rent increase and lease adjustment mean the exact same thing. Section 5, AI-powered forensics in action. Let's look at how this changes the game. Classical audit tools like IDEA are fantastic, don't get me wrong, but they are purely mathematical and rule-based. They're great if you need to find duplicate invoice numbers, but they are completely blind to context. Semantic RAG, on the other hand, it acts as a cognitive layer. It can read the scanned contract, then read the booking data, and actually spot contextual contradictions between the legal agreement and the real numbers that were paid.
Let me give you a specific story straight from the sources that perfectly illustrates this. Imagine a scenario where the AI is reading a scanned rental contract between a company and its managing director. The contract explicitly states the rent is €3,500 a month, but then the AI checks the GoBD booking lines and sees €4,100 being paid out every single month. That's a €600 delta. A traditional math tool wouldn't even flag this if the payments themselves were mathematically consistent. But the AI, it spots this discrepancy instantly. It cross-references your firm's entire database, realizes, hey, there is no contract addendum for rent increase here, and immediately drafts an automated anomaly report. It flags a suspicion of a hidden profit distribution, or VGA. Literally in seconds, the AI has prevented a massive potential tax liability for your client by spotting a nuanced contextual contradiction that a human might have taken hours or even days to hunt down. It's a real game changer. Section 6, the path to implementation. So how do you actually get started? The very first decision firm partners need to make is the classic make versus buy. The make strategy means building custom open source pipelines from scratch. Now, this is brilliant for large forensic boutiques that need absolute control and proprietary algorithms, but for standard small to medium-sized practices, the buy strategy, which means purchasing commercial, ready-to-go on-premises software, is usually going to be the most cost-effective and fastest route. Here are the immediate next steps you should take. Number 1, define very narrow, specific use cases. Please don't try to boil the ocean on day 1. Number 2, set strict role-based security concepts. Number 3, choose your local hardware or private cloud setup. And number 4, and this is absolutely crucial, appoint an AI manager. And listen, this person does not need a computer science degree. What they actually need is deep, firm process knowledge to ensure the human-in-the-loop standard is always maintained. A human expert must always verify the AI's drafts. Which brings us to a final, provocative thought I want to leave you with. As an auditor or a tax consultant, your entire business model is built on one simple truth. Your clients trust you implicitly. So who do you trust with your data? Throwing client secrets into a public cloud is a massive gamble you simply can't afford to take. True sovereignty means keeping client trust exactly where it belongs, safely and intelligently inside your firm. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this changes how you view the future of your practice.